So hi there, it's Janice Thompson from JazzleDazzleCraft.co.uk. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. I live and work in Scotland. And today, this is time for the first 2021 Cuppa and Cards. So hopefully some of you will come and join me. Oh, hi Rails and hi Steph. Hope you're both well today. And Renee, hi. So nice to have some people join me. I haven't done Cuppa and Cards for a few weeks, mostly because of the holidays. Hi Helen, hope you're okay. Come away in, as they say. That's usually my trademark on YouTube, but just the same, welcome on Facebook here. So yeah, so this is the first one, so it'll just take me a wee while to get myself back into it again. So today I'm going to I'm going to stamp with Floating and Fluttering. Oh, I'm glad you've got your Cuppa. Do you know what, I've forgotten mine, and there's no one here at the moment. His lordship's gone out for his run, so there's no one to bring me one, so I'm Cuppa-less unless someone can pass one to me. Anyway, so at the moment it's new catalogue time, well, new mini catalogue. Our annual catalogue, as always, is still valid, so this is the mini catalogue. If you don't have one and you would like one, I'm happy to send you one out, provided you don't already have a demonstrator. Obviously, if you already have a demonstrator that you buy from, then they'll be happy to send you a catalogue. But if you don't have a demonstrator, or I have previously been your demonstrator and you haven't purchased from me in a long time and I may not have sent you one, just get in touch. I'm quite happy to send you another one. I call them my ideas book. So basically, so this is what I'm looking at today, Floating and Fluttering. Now I've got the die set here as well. I'm not sure if I'll use the die set today, but we'll just, it's here to hand, the whole. So I've closed this so you can see all the dies. So that's the stamp set there. This is all one stamp here, and we've got two dies for cutting that out. So if you want to do the actual floating and fluttering technique, which I'm not doing today, we will have a look at that another day. I'm going to stick with simple stamping. But this kind of it's two-step, because you've got the outline stamp and then you've got these stamps for infilling the colours and patterns. So, and also, so the dies are all there to cut out. There's this lovely shape for sentiments. I've used that for something else, which I will show you in another video. I've used it along with another stamp set, which was good fun. And then there's this little die here, which cuts and embosses a butterfly shape. So that's really very useful too. So I kind of was looking at the ideas here, and then I've just decided my own colour scheme, and let's just play. I'm basically going to do a one sheet wonder, but for sentiments in the stamp set, I have brought in one of the free celebration stamp sets, which I think is delightful. I love the script on this. So it's a beautiful thank you sentiment. Wishing I could heal your heart. Well, that, you know, sorry for your loss, we're in this together. And then these little ones, I can't promise to always fix your problems, but I can promise you won't ever face them alone. And then, I don't know what I would do without you. So it's like, thank you, I don't know what I'd do without you, would go on the inside. So, and a really useful set. So if you were to buy this stamp set bundled with this die set, they are in the UK £44, so you'd be £1 short to get this free. So all you have to do is add on some ink, some card, something like that, and then you can choose a freebie. So you could technically choose this one from the celebration brochure, but have a look at your celebration brochure. There's loads to choose from, loads of options. But for today, let's get stamping. So I've got some very vanilla cardstock here. I have not inked any of this yet, so let's get started. What I've pulled out is 3 of our regals. So we've got Old Olive, crushed curry, my head went blank there, and pumpkin pie, and those are the colours I'm thinking working with. And I've got early espresso, which work very well on the very vanilla. So let's just basically stamp up this. You've been playing with it already. That's grand, Steph. This is my first of inking it, so I'm just putting my ink slightly off screen. In actual fact, because this is bigger, I might just bring it in and ink it up this way. I have put 2 foam mats underneath because I'm working with a photopolymer stamp. Sometimes because it doesn't have the foam. Excuse me, I've got toothpaste on my hand oil. So basically I am just going to randomly stamp, I think, around this. We'll see what happens. As I say, this is its first inking, so you see it all. Hi Jill, in you come. So again, I say we'll do a one sheet wonder kind of thing, we'll cut it up and then we'll decide. So again, I'm just going to see how this all fits together. We may colour it in, we may not colour it in. As I say, as usual, I'm winging it here. Literally winging it. I'm laughing at my own puns now. So hopefully everyone's cosy and warm. If not, come and sit by the fire and get a heat. I like already. So you can see we'll quickly cover your card with this. I just want these butterflies in all directions. Oops, maybe didn't get enough ink on that one, but I'm sure we can sort that out. Oh, I think we're probably about 0 degrees outside up here. We got some snow, but along with some rain and ice underneath, I'm thinking it's pretty lethal out there. So I actually felt quite justified staying in my pyjamas to do this. And then I'll do some kind of walking workout and then have a hot bath, I think, and probably just put clean pyjamas on. I'm not too happy with myself leaving this gap, but we'll work with it. I don't think that, no. Okay, we'll just try to cover the sheet. Obviously I'm going to chop it up so I can miss out the bits that I'm not so keen on. I think that my early espresso needs re-inked, but I won't do that just now because then that just brings its own problems. See, I told you it needed re-inked. You see it all. I'm just going to leave that because if it becomes a problem, I can fix that with a marker pen later. It might just be one of the bits that's getting chopped off, so let's not worry about it right now. I'll stand up because I can't see where I'm doing here. The bit where the two mats are joining is not giving me great results, is it? But again, we'll work around it. Part of showing you how to stamp is showing you how to fix mistakes as well. So We're nearly there. Again, if you find a full sheet of card is too big to work with, then just chop your card in half and do this just all over one. That's better, Janice. You have redeemed yourself. So how is everybody today? Are you all keeping safe and warm? Butterflies are making me think about spring and summer and better things to come, better days to come. Hi Paul, in you come. Just making sure I've got my early espresso marker pen here because I can see there's a few bits of stamping. I do think it's just needing re-inked. Maybe I'm trying to go too fast. Hi Ali, how are you? I'm showing off the new catalogue, Ali. Would you like one? Would you like me to send you a new one out? This is one of the stamp sets from the spring summer. Or are you just a bit busy with homeschooling and things just now? Just see if I can just fill in these little bits at the top here so that we've basically got a full sheet. So it's looking quite nice. Well, even though I say so myself. Okay, Ali, that's no problem, but I'm quite happy to post one out to you. It's not an issue. Absolutely no obligation. See if I can fit a little bit in this gap here. There, yeah, we can. So there you go, a full sheet. What will we do with it? We'll clean this stamp off first. I think what we'll do is we'll add colour to some of it. I don't know whether to chop it up and then add the colour. What do you think? Will we chop some of it up and then we can add the colour and decide card by card what we're doing? So for the first one we'll just go really simple. What I'll do is I'll chop this down at 14.4. No, that's lies. At 10.1 to make a simple layer. At 14.4. That's the simplest one, and this one is the same. We'll turn that because this is the bit of pure stamping, so let's see how much of that we get rid of when we chop it. Oops. So see, our problem is not so huge. So just very quickly, before I do anything at all, I can just show you. I'm going to take away one of the mats. So I can just show you how to kind of fix, where's the bit that's not so good here. So if you just take I usually take the brush end of my marker and just very gently just dot it where it hasn't stamped quite so well, and then where it's just lines, take the other end and basically just trace in that line. Can't actually work out what it's. There you go, and then that won't be noticed by anyone. So, and then there's just a little bit here on this butterfly body here. Maybe just there and there. And that's it, that will dry. It's exactly the same shade of ink, so when it's all dry, no one will notice. Yes, I'm still at home, so it's great. I don't need to leave the house rails. So, yep. So, that is the basis. Now, you could pop this straight onto a card base. And in this case, you could put it straight onto a... Of course, I've not got out in early espresso. Bear with me. You could keep this really, really simple. And yes. So just cut a card base here. You would have thought that when I had a few weeks off that I would have come in prepared, but do you know what? I think sometimes if I'm all too prepared, then I decide I want to do something completely else, so I've stopped. I have to craft with what I feel in the mood to craft with on the day. It's like, I can't do... I'm like that with food as well. I can't do menus ahead, you know, like, oh, it's Tuesday, so we have to have this meal today because that's what I bought. I just have to look in the fridge and see what I've got and see what I'm in the mood for. So as simple as that, we could actually pop that on there and we've got a card. As simple as that. Obviously, I need a sentiment to go on that, and as I said, I was going to use this thank you. So and we're in this together. Well, ain't that the truth? Just now, and I haven't, yeah, but I've not even put the stickies on this one yet. So where's the thank you? I will have to find a punch that works with that because I prefer to use punches when I'm... Right, so I can show you two ways to do this, to put the sticky on your stamp. One of them is just to take the backing of your stamp and then take the backing off the sticker there, and then just work out what way round it's going and using the outline there to try and get it lined up and done, which I managed to do okay. Now the other sentiment that I'll do just now is, which one is it? We're in this together because it's not too big either. So to take that from the rubber, it's just, they're just held together by little dots, pardon me, and what you can do is take the whole sticker off here, stick that on there, turn that up that way, take the, I don't know if you can see, take the backing off. I know this isn't exact, well it is making cards, it is showing you, because I've got quite a lot of new people around just now, so that's the sticker that's going to stick there. So if I need to get my head over it, but then you can look and you can line that up onto your stamp. A lot of people find that much easier way to do it. So there you go. That's that. So yeah. Oh, I'll leave that on there because I'm going to use that. So what I am looking for now is a punch, and I'm thinking that my postage stamp punch will work for these. I think it will. No, it's not big enough for that one, it's big enough for this one. So for that reason alone, we'll just use this one, and I need an extra bit of Very Vanilla. I need some scraps, which of course I didn't get ready. But fear not, I have a bag of Very Vanilla scraps. Sorry about that. Hope you're all still with me. Hope you didn't all die of boredom while I did that. But I'm sure there'll be some people that didn't know how to do that. And again, this seems to have stopped. Right, Steph, you find it easier doing it the second way. I thought that the comments had stopped. You've just all gone quiet. Are you all huddled together in that corner, are you? So I'm just going to stamp. We're in this together. And in this wee space at the moment that we are in this together. And then I'm just going to take my postage stamp punch. This is a fabulous wee punch. I like it anyway. And there you go. And then I had my marker pen out. So to make this stand out a wee bit, you can just take your marker pen along the edge there. And depending on how you angle it, it'll depend how much ink gets around the edge. But this will just define the edges of this shape. There you go, it just defines it a little. And we'll get some. We've got dimensionals, and then again I might want to define the edge here, so I'll just open my ink. Now don't drag this through. We used to do that on felt pads, but don't drag it on this foam pad. Just dab it. Let's see, we're just keeping this simple just for this card. On the next one we'll add colour into step stamping, but for this one, just to show you, simple stamping is just as effective. So if you're in a hurry, simple stamping works fine. So a bit of glue around there, pop this onto your base, card base. As I say, I've cut it with a 4mm size difference, so it just layers on quite nicely, quite plain. And then this one will go over that gap which looked a bit odd that I had left, so that's sorted with this. There we go, 4 of these. And just pop that. Line it, because it's rectangle, my card's rectangle, just kind of make sure it's straight. And there's a card. Obviously you could line it inside and you could stamp a wee butterfly or whatever inside too. So that's fab. You can add a bit of ribbon, a bit of twine, a bit of linen thread. There's loads of things that you can add, or some dimensional embellishments. I mean, you could put some beads there, and then that would, if you think that that's too much clear space, but I think it's fine as it is, and I'm going to leave that one as is. So next I had a piece here, so same sort of size. This time I think we can use it up and down, and you could look for a small sentiment somewhere that you could actually just fit in there and not, so you could have a completely flat card, and we'll have a look at that. We might choose something else for our sentiment in this one. But what I'm going to do is start and add some colour here. So I'm going to start with crushed curry and pumpkin pie open. I'm getting in a mess already, but I think you're all used to that. Right, so I'm going to use some crushed curry here, and this just goes over so you can see through this, and just land that. It probably squint, but because I can't get my head over, but that looks okay, doesn't it? So we'll do all the big ones first. I have to go quiet when I'm concentrating. So what fun is this? So you're not going to spend hours colouring them in. It's going to happen fairly quickly. Oh, I like. As I say, I hadn't inked this up before we started. So now I will do this one. No, I've got this one that will colour these in. So go do these in the pumpkin pie. Oh yes, I like that. That's the only one of those in here, isn't it? Oh no, there's one here. Oh, that's divine. So you see it's coming now? And then we've got this little one. So again, oh, we can bring our green in here as well. We can get some green tip butterflies, but let's see what happens. It's just to show you that how the colours that I've brought out work together. Are you all okay? You've gone quiet. Oh, I see a bit of mist. Once you start putting the colours in, then you start to see bits of butterflies that you've missed. That one there, so it was in orange. Again, you can just do them all different. You don't have to have a pattern, but I'm feeling a pattern coming together here. I'm going to do that again, actually, a bit further over. It's better. Now there's even more stamps in there, and you can fancy them up even more, but just for the moment, obviously you can play yourself. So let's put a bit of green on the leaves as well now. So just, mine will probably squint because I can't get my head right over the top, but if you're doing this, obviously you can get your head right over the top. Green up your leaves. Again, you can colour these in with your blends or with your marker pens. Your choice. Maybe a bit much green to have a green butterfly and green leaves, but hey, that's reality. These ones can camouflage themselves amongst the leaves. So yeah, so who's in here that's a butterfly lover? I think you all know my love for butterflies. So this is becoming quite different to the one before just by adding some colour. Ah, see, there's bits of butterfly here. So that's a bit of the little one. It doesn't matter if I've got it wrong, but I kind of want to get it right. And this is just a bit of the bottom of that one there. Right. In fact, I've done that yellow and it's actually pumpkin pie, and now I've dipped my crushed curry in my pumpkin pie. There you go. That's better. So then, you could do the rest of the leaves. There is another one for these leaves, but I'll leave it at that just now. I think I'm liking that colour scheme. The regals go well together anyway. Hello Andrea, how are you? Nice to see you. I've got a package here. I think this one is the one, yeah, the crushed curry. I re-inked it last week and I over-inked it. But that's me. Right, so that I'm just closing them because, well, you know what can go wrong with me. So I'm going to trim this down so that we can put a bit of a colour border on this one. So I'm going to cut this to 14. Just taking a wee bit off it so that I can put a mat underneath it, and I'll just show you the difference that that can make. So, and then this I'll cut to 9.7 centimetres. And then I want, I'll just take this one and I'll cut this and give it the border of this on another colour. This is Early Espresso, so I want that at 10.1. I know I had a ready-made card base there, but this is me. I just take what's closest to me for whatever purpose I have at that moment. Right, so hopefully that'll work on there. That works fine. Now I need a card base as well, so again that could go on there, or I could bring, it could be crushed curry. That's actually quite good. I'll just do that. So score down the middle of the full sheet of card at 10.5 centimetres, then turn it and chop it at 14.8 and a wee bit. So 14.85 is exactly half of this piece of card, and that gives me 2 card bases. But of course I have scored a wee bit squint, but it's easily sorted. Yep, that's okay. Right. Right, so sentiment wise, we could, what will we put on this one? That's really pretty, I'm liking that. And I'm liking the yellow with the Early Espresso. So I need a sentiment. What will we have? We've got that big thank you out, but I would need a bigger punch. So what have I got handy that's bigger? Is that one story label? Will it fit on story label, do you think? Not really. Maybe just. We can go back to this one is, I've not labelled this one yet. This one's in the annual catalogue. It's quite big, so it will fit on. Yeah, it'll fit maybe just on that one. I don't know what else I've got handy. Just talk amongst yourselves till I decide. And that one's too big, or is it? Actually, let's have a wee. This one then we can decorate it, or no, do this. When I've made up my mind, I'll let you know. Right, stamp on this one. So glad I've made the time to play with this stamp set. Really like it. Really good for simple, quick cards. Right, just pop this thank you. Oh, look at that script. Isn't that lovely? So you see, before, the postage stamp one isn't quite. It was just to show you how to sort of decide that. Take that bit away so I can get it right in. So you could just, if you got the thank you, you'd have to cut off these swirls a bit, which kind of defeats the purpose of having these nice. But it is doable. Do you know, you could just shorten them there. But if you come in with something like this, you can more or less leave. See how they can just fit on there? That just fits and no more. And then, have I got a piece? I need a scrap of early espresso. Which I never got them ready. Where my scrap bag is. I've got another bit here, we'll just use this bit. I know. It's just hiding from me. Right, so I've cut exactly the same size here, but I'll show you a wee trick. Oops, closing that because I'll get in a mess. Instead of, I could have done the marker pen thing, or I could have dipped it in the ink pad, but another way to define this a bit better is, and it's probably better to take larger scissors and just chop that right up the middle like that. And then what you do is put a bit of wet glue on there, bring your stamped image, and just line it up so that there's just a wee kind of border at the top. Just eyeball it is the best way, and then you're going to do the same on this side. Bring that round. Now nobody will notice that this isn't just, or it just defines it a wee bit. And a lot of people will assume that you had a punch that was a bit bigger than the other one to layer them. They will ask you how you did that, and it's up to you to tell them or not. Hi Christine, my goodness, you're up early. 20 to 6 in the morning in Wisconsin. My goodness. I'm overdoing the dimensionals here, but hey. Right, so let's make this one up then. So, and I'm going to do it, I think we'll have him that way. So, again, mat and layer onto the early espresso. How would you, oh, have time yet? There it is. And then this will go on here. So there you go. And then we just take the backing of our dimensionals and stick our sentiment on. Right. Then I'm just going to pop this sentiment here, because I felt there was a big space there, and I just think that looked okay. So thank you, and as I say, there's the first one with no colour. Hi Karen! Across the water there. Have you got the white stuff too? So we've wakened up to a layer of white stuff on top of ice, and then some rain on top of that. So it's not very nice out there at all. So we have got time to do maybe another card with this. So you have to decide what you're going to do with the other half. Are we just going to do another? I think we'll do another card a bit the same as this, but we'll find a butterfly to emphasise, and we might fussy cut one out and give this a bit of dimension. We could die cut them equally, we could die cut them, but we'll see. We'll make a third card anyway and make it a bit different again. But we'll stick with the similar sort of layers. So we'll go with 9.7 here. So we're just trimming off a wee bit of excess here. Now, and if that goes to 14, I'm looking at this, I was having a wee look, because on this one we'll have 2 full butterflies if I cut this one. We'd have the same on the other side if I cut it the other way, so let's just take this to 14. Yes, I did just stamp it as a one sheet wonder, Christine. It's a big stamp and it's got all these here, so it was quick to do the one sheet wonder. When this is done, if you want to go back and have a wee look at it from the beginning, but I'm pretty sure you'll be able to work it out yourself pretty quickly. And then this one at 14. So what I'm thinking here is, actually I could die cut this out and then we can layer it up onto here. I should have thought of that before I chopped this, but it's okay because I've got that full stamped area, and then we can colour this and finish it off with some die cutting. So that is, if you can see where I put the dies. Well, here we go. Right, so what we will do here is, oh, it's just so cold just now, isn't it, and damp. I'm like this, I'm still in my pyjamas and I'm cosy, and after this I'm going to do some kind of walk-in workout on my, I've got on some on YouTube. Right, so we need to line this up here. Seems to have a very, so we'll cut this one out and then we'll colour them in and we'll add them on there. They will come separate. I'm looking for some washi tape just to hold this down while I fire it through. I think this will go through the mini actually. Again, these butterflies are nice simple lines. If you don't have the dies, I am sure they will cut out really easily to give you a nice 3D effect. Right, so I've done that. Where's my mini? Lost. It's not there. I think it's slipped underneath the bed somewhere, so let's just not waste your time and we'll bring out. I did mean to show you the mini, but I'm not organised today, as ever. Right, But you, as long as you all know you can buy the little mini machine now, it's pictured in your annual catalogue and in the mini catalogue. Oh, I can see it. It slithered under the bed. So you've got, like, I don't know if you can see comparison, what you can see here, but there's my baby sitting on top of the big boss. And we'll just see if this will fit. Will it fit? No, I'd have to trim it down. So let's just go back to plan A and we'll show you baby boss another day. Right. I'm just passing it through. You won't see the whole action because this is so big and my camera is so close. You'll see it passing through now, I think. And how smooth that is. It's fantastically smooth. And then this folds up so it takes up less. And the baby one does the same up too once you take the platforms out. So yeah. So these have actually stayed together, but you can snip them apart. But if you want to do the floating technique, you would keep them together. But as I say, we're sticking with simple stamping today, and the floating technique I will show you another day. Okay. So I'm just going to work with the 3 butterflies. It's quite good in that it leaves the antennae on them. Sometimes when you die cut butterflies, you lose your antennae, so to speak. Right, so I need my snips, and I'm just going to snip these just carefully apart. Just try to go with the contours of the die cutting that's already there. That's it, just keep. So there's 1, 2, 3, and then we'll use these to give this card a bit of dimension. Smooth it out. So is anyone else crafting? I'm assuming, Christine, that you're not. You need to get a cuppa, I hope. Did somebody pass you one? I hope, guys, that you passed Christine a cuppa because she's up at silly o'clock. I mean, obviously you can use the leaves too, but for this I'm just going to use possibly that one and that one. I don't think I'll use this one in this card, but I actually think I might just do that one there. We'll see. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Yeah, and I'll probably put my sentiment up there. Now here's my again, take my early espresso and sort out this bit that hadn't stamped so well. Just trace, the lines are faint, that's all, so I'm just tracing them back in with my marker. Same here. And that's fine like that. And sure, I might get away. Will I get away with that? Do you think? Being able to use that as my edging. Yep, I'll get away with that. So we'll just cut this ready, and I'm just going to stick with similar colours, so I want that to 10.1. And I'm going to do, I can gut it again in a minute, let me think. that needs to go to 14.4. Hi LaDonia, and you come. Everyone's sitting by the fire having a cuppa. So again, I'm just going to pop this in and punch that out. Am I needing that? No, I don't need that. I'm blethering now. I'm into... No, I don't need it. I'll just leave it where it is. Back to planning B or C. Right. Okay, so we're going to stick this on there and then onto this card base. And the one will know that I had punched that out. You can, you can do that with any of you. If you watch, you'll see a lot of other people got the middle of their backing card for their mats. Right. So let's make this basic card up, and then we'll colour these bits in, and we'll finish off our third card. And I think that'll be us. By the time we've done this, our hour will be done. Again, it's like the quickest hour in the week. So again, I'm just matting this on. And then I'll glue this up and pop this onto the card base. Then I'm going to colour these in, so I'm going to use that one up. I think I might just actually I hope you're still with me. Someone tried to phone me there. Now that ruined my YouTube yesterday. Right, so I'm going to colour this in with my inks that I already have out. So let's fancy this one up a bit. So we'll go with the first bit that colours in, and we'll do that over the top there. We've got crushed curry. Of course that'll not come off easily, and then we can have pumpkin pie with the next layer. Where's my stamps? Because we've got, this has got more than one bit for colouring. So we've got this fancy bit as well, so let's add another colour with this. I need a slightly bigger stamp block. So we'll go over with the darker pumpkin pie here. Now again, we need to get, so this gives some much more detail into your butterfly. As I say, it might not be straight because of me not getting my head right over. How pretty is that? That's delightful, isn't it? And I'm just going to round this off here where I snipped it apart from the rest of the die cut. Right, and then if you just tease up the wings on either side of the body, and then maybe you can just It just gives it a wee bit of dimension. I've just put a bit of wet glue on and I'm just popping it on here. I just need something just to hold it down a moment, and then that just gives you that bit of dimension there. Again, you could, I mean, you could have another one like that. I just don't have another one exactly like that. Or again, you can do this one. So if I'll do this, I'll colour this one up. We've got to colour it up with. We've got so this one. We'll do this with the pumpkin pie, and then we can. I think there's an extra bit for this as well. So it's 3-step stamping for these butterflies. Oh, that's delicious, isn't it? It's just lovely. And where's my stamp set going? So we got another bit for this. Yeah, look, it's got some definition there. So let's find that bit. I like my regals. I like my regals, and they do all work together. So let's pop this on here and let's go in with the Old Olive. Once I've got 3 colours out, well, 3 colours in a neutral really, that's quite a good rule to go by. I stick with that. So now I can just pop this in here close to the body, and then I'll just add a, it's maybe not as dark as I would like it, but it is, you maybe can't see it so well, but it is giving it quite a bit of extra. And then again, I'm just going to curl it up a bit. And then just bend this bit here, because I just want to, again, I just want to pop some glue on the body part. And just glue that over the body on that one. And that gives that some dimension. So you see, that brings that to life. Again, you can colour them, you can leave them like that. I'm not going to add a sentiment at the moment, but I may add a sentiment in the future when I want to use this down there. You could colour up this third one and perhaps put that on there. Or you can add, you know, you can add whatever you want. So I'm going to leave it at that for today. Obviously you can go on and on and on. You can add bits of ribbon, you can add embellishments, whatever. So, but just let's, for today, just take a breather. To see, this one certainly, I'm looking at it on the computer, I'm thinking that that would work better as a card with a third butterfly on there. So actually I'm just going to stamp it up quickly before I finish, but I need to find the stamp. Where have I put the body for? Here it is. So I think this time we'll do it in the crushed curry, the body, and then the other colour will show up better. I think we'll do crushed curry and then the green. Let's just be quick here, Janice. Right, so changing my mind what I'm doing doesn't help, does it? Crushed curry and then Old Olive, and find the little detail bit. So it's here, it's that. So you can have quite a lot of fun with different colour combinations with this. Just going to take that off, put that for cleaning, and then we'll take the Old Olive. I hope you can see it's quite difficult for me to do this without sticking my grey hair over the top. But there you go, look, that's coloured that up nicely. I was when I looked on my laptop where I'm watching, where the comments are, I thought it just doesn't look white enough with just the two, and I usually go with the rule of 3 anyway, so let's just close this up. Pop a little bit of glue on the body here, and we'll just put it over this guy here. I'm using my scissors for this, but you could use a pokey tool, just something to make sure that that's glued firmly down. You can always stick a dimensional under the wings to help them stay up. If you were putting it in the post, you might want to do that, but that will grip fairly quickly. And voila! Again, we've done 3 cards. So we stamped a full sheet of A4. And we firstly made that card with no extra colour added. Then we did the 2-step part in that one. And then in this one we've done the 3-step part. And as I say, I would put a sentiment in here to finish this one off. But thank you very much everyone who's managed to stay with me, and thank you to anyone who comes and watches on the replay later as well. You might want to have a look at the comments in real time if you're looking later on, because it'll be hard to make sense of the conversation. But anyway, thank you so much everybody, and we'll see you next week for Cuppa and Cards. If you want me to pop you out a catalogue, let me know. Oh sorry, I just saw you sliding in there, Anne Harrod. Kia ora. I take it you've got nicer weather than us. You should be coming into your summer just now, so you should be having great weather. Anyway, I'm going to pop off just now, and we'll see you all soon. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye bye just now. That's if we can finish this. Thank you. Even I'm surprised that they're nice, but I am happy with them. I am happy. So we're just going to stop now. Okay, bye bye.